So you sent me a text with a video of something that, I'm familiar with. And I mentioned to you that there was this wonderful drummer who was like really good at that. Hello, Dave McNeely, if you're out there, because he could get that thing going. I'm not even going to attempt to do it, but right where you get that happening, where you're catching the rim or the shank, right, somewhere in the
Yeah.
area of the stick, and and getting yeah, kind of getting two notes that way, which I mentioned to you that that's cool. I mean, I don't know to what extent you would use that in a musical, as you mentioned, how would you use that in a musical setting? But all this stuff provides insight, and it's neat to be able to execute other techniques. You know, the hand should function so that it can adapt or can learn to adapt to other ways of playing. This is not a religion. But as Dick Wilson would say, there are more efficient ways to play than others. And if you can find a way that's more efficient to play than this, I'd like to know it. I memorized that for you. And so, but what that can do is provide some form of insight, perhaps, depending on the student and where they are developmentally and so on. So we finally got you playing doubles at the last lesson. It was kind of a big deal. And although it seems simple, and you could do it in traditional, but your left hand has just been non-cooperative. But you
Right.
watch that video, your left hand is outperforming your right hand in that video, and more often than you realize. Now that we've really focused on the left hand, and the right hand is saying, hey, but what about me? And and as we go along, I mean, when I first met you, you weren't able to. Now, certain things are remedial, and it can help perhaps get a student's hand conditioned in such a way so that they can start to feel certain things. But when I first met you, you couldn't get that stick to bounce.
Right.
Right? But now you can. Now, what's interesting is that this isn't how we play. This technique isn't about doing this, but it can help a student feel a rebound. This is some other thing. This is maybe Morello will, and then pull for the second note. Now, if you start to develop your hands, that's not that hard to do. To get really good at it, I guess but I mean, okay. See, a properly functioning hand should be able to demonstrate some other technique, I think. Now to Moeller, I don't know. I've watched I've watched a bunch of guys talk about Moeller, and there are even photographs that have been strung together so that if you go to YouTube, you can see footage of Moeller actually performing a downstroke. However, I've heard people say, well, no, he wasn't, those pictures weren't, there's some opposition to how reality-based that is. So again, we don't know, right? Something like that, right? And so, okay, it's cool to know about that. And then we've got the modified Moeller. This technique is different. This technique isn't about doing this and pulling. It's not about that. If we were going to let the stick bounce, or this version would be, see, the whole hand would come up as a unit. Okay. How that would work? So just for kicks, why don't we just play with that for a sec? So you can do this now, right? And we catch it up here like this. Uh-oh, you're like, what's wrong with that lighting guy? So yeah, but okay, so all right, you may have lost it for a minute, but we'll get it back. Yeah, so start up here, turn up high. Yeah, throw that, turn your wrist down, pop up. Let it bounce up, let it bounce. Almost. Yeah, what you want to do is keep your wrist flat and open up your fingers. There! Come on, keep your wrist flat and let your fingers open up so the stick will pop up. Ah, you got it. Okay, you could not do that. And then you could pull with your fingers for the other note, couldn't you? Try that. And pull. Then no, you pull for the next note. You'll stop down. And pull down. No, watch me now. Well, you need a laptop. So I'm going to let it bounce up and then pull, and it would stop down. You do that? You see what I did? There, now just pull your fingers and pull the stick down to the surface. There. And you can do that now. So your hand is kind of starting to work. And pull. Yeah. Okay, but you got it. Now let's approach it as Murray Spivak, Dick Wilson approach, which would be we would turn and follow it up with a grip. We just hold that stick, and it kind of feels like kind of could be a bounce, but you're not going to open up your hand. You're just going to, so the wrist is going to turn up now. You're not going to leave the wrist flat and open up your fingers. You're going to get the height of the stick this way by turning the wrist. And just put your stick down here for a minute. Now turn your wrist up to the ceiling. It's that. Now just hit and come back up to that point. Like that. There. See, that's like a Richard Wilson, Murray Spivak, Richard Martinez single. That's what you would do. Do it again. Don't let go of it at the end. You can just kind of hold. Yeah, you just hold. Just a nothing burger. It feels not much different than just lift. See, if you just put the stick down here again, we've got this simple grip. You put the stick down here, and you turn your wrist up. See, you went up pretty straight. See, nothing happened in your hand. So if you hit and you follow it right like that. Yeah, get the bottom of the beat. Do it again. Come on, you don't get to stop. Bounce it up. It almost feels like a bounce. Could be. Maybe. But there you go. So you get it. Now go straight up. Straight up. Straight up. Don't go up. There you go. See, you can do it. That's cool. See, now your hands can follow instructions. They can actually execute certain motions. Do that in your right hand. There you go. See? That would be that. And after a while, see, I guess you'd get that. You'd get that going. I would prefer to stop down. But you can, because once it gets going, it does feel like that. just do that. Just keep bouncing. It feels like a bounce, but almost. You're starting to give me the whirly bird. Come on, straight up and down. Almost. Almost. More straight. More straight. Come on, straight up to your ear. Up, this way. Okay, now put the other hand with that and go like this. Wait. I want you, first of all, to relax. See, your left's better than your right. Your right arm is out in the air. Just relax it. You don't need the arm. It's a wrist turn. Yeah. Right. See, that's what that video you sent me with the guy doing this. But it's almost in the direction of using his forearm, so it's in the direction of crescendo strokes. It's different. That's different. But we'll get to that. I'll bring that. I'll loop that around in a minute. Okay. So what we want to do is bring the stick up and feel that trajectory. So start right at the floor. The floor might be the most important thing to consider. Like the grip in the floor and the wrist, it's about it. So what direction is most efficient? Just turn your stick straight up. Go on. Steve, you come up a little higher. Yeah, see, it would go to there. It's almost lined up with your shoulder if you can. And so if you come down, you'd go back up like that. There, straight up. Now keep tapping and go in that direction. Memorize that feeling. Don't go to the side. Now get it to bounce and keep going up in that direction. Don't go sideways. Start to go sideways. Keep it straight. Straight. There you go. Now do that in your other hand. Just there. Now that hand is straight. Now put them together. Put them together. And you're playing singles. Oh, come on. Keep them bounced. That's cool. But okay, stop for a sec. It's already better. See, with this technique, typically, that's a device, like the Chad Wackerman rebound exercise where you stop up, right? And it can be very useful. However, for me, in real life playing, if I'm turning slowly, I would weight down. Don't stay with me. But you notice the trajectory, I'd stay down. But as I speed up, right about here is where it starts to want to do this. This speed. So you have to be at this speed. So just do this in your left hand. And the other hand. Have them together, straight up. Come on. No. Tap. You have the other hand in between. No, watch, Steve. Watch. Get this speed in your left hand. Come on, turn. No, you're just going back. Nope, it's got to go straight up and down. There it is. Now add the other hand to that. In between. There you go. Okay. No. You got it. But this speed. This one. No, come on, straight. Add the other hand. No, add the other hand. And then go back to just the one hand. One hand. There you go. And then do it. Keep doing it. Well, yeah, you're going to hurt your wrist if you do this. This is a hinge like a door. You can't, you'll break. There you go. Yeah. Well, not for some reason. You're twisting. It will start. You got to keep this.
I don't know how to keep it straight. It wants to go like this.
I know. So we'll work on that in a minute. I wish I could just. It's getting better. Almost, kind of, yeah. All right, so now you can do this. Okay, keep that straight, up and down. There you go. Okay, see, that's pretty cool, actually. That you, yeah, I know, because you're a little twisty right now. This is a hinge. Now, if you'd ever dealt with like the front door of your house, you know, which is a solid wood door, hopefully,
Yeah.
typically that door, even a closet door, you know, or a bathroom door, they're hollow, but there's a bunch of weight. But think of your front door, how heavy that is, right? And it sits on 3 hinges. And you can swing that door thousands and thousands of times. Maybe you need to oil the hinges every few years. There's no stress in the hinge, right?
Right.
And there's no stress. This is your door. There's no stress. This feels nothing. So if you're feeling something, it's because you're doing something twisty or weird. But if you keep this straight,
It just when I go faster, I have a tendency to tighten up.
right. Well, it's not. How you can't type? Wait, hold on a sec. I mean, see, it's looking much better, man. I don't care how tight you are. No matter how tight you are, would this be true? No matter how tight I keep everything, if this hinge never gets tight, it can't. How can a hinge get tight?
I don't know, I just feel tension in my wrist when I do it.
Well, okay, because it's not a proper fulcrum at this point, right? So once you get going, you start to twist, and then the hinges on the door are broken. You have to remove the door and buy a new hinge. You know how a door can get torqued, right? Like perhaps a car door, and you end up getting sideswiped, and the door no longer closes.
Yeah.
Because it's been twisted. And now that door is going to feel tension right there. Yeah, it ain't going to work. So we just have to get the hinges properly aligned. That's all. But you've got the idea now. Your arms are hanging by your side, and we're going to work on aligning the wrist. So let's continue. Let me think of another cool way to align it. Here, I was thinking about this. Pardon me. If you look at my, now you've never taken a foot lesson, and you really should, because it will really help your hands, I believe. Is there anything you can do with that light so that it's just shining, not from below so much, so I can see light on your pad a little bit?
Let's think on something maybe.
Do you have a little table there or something?
Oh, just lost my light, hold on. It's not very, I don't have a very long cord, so.
Okay, I'm gonna let you fix that. I'll just pause it for a minute, but
Okay, go ahead.
don't mess with your settings, because everything is perfect otherwise.
Okay.
Okay, it's coming along, and that's something that you were unable to do not too long ago. But now what I'm feeling is a little bit of what seems like a bounce. Now, could we do that in the air? Yeah, do this in the air. This is something Dick Wilson showed me, now that I think about it. No, right here. So it would be up here. Yeah, no, stay in frame for me. Just right here. Now hold on a minute. It's not quite right. I'll show you. This is neat. See, now you're at a point where you can actually implement some of the things I'm hipping you to. The hand is starting to become more supple and more well-informed. So let's see. What would Dick would? So I'm not holding the stick very tight, so that when I turn up, I don't think the stick is leaving your palm. Now, I'm not doing anything with my fingers whatsoever. Okay? I'm just holding this. Just hold the stick. Remember you were so tight last week you couldn't do this? Just slide the stick in and out for a minute. Come on, let it, yeah, you don't have to hold it too tight. So it's sliding through your first finger and thumb. your middle finger's underneath, the pad of the fourth, and the tip of the fifth. And so what happens is when we turn up, the torque of the stick. Now, if you go slowly, the hand goes so slowly. The hand doesn't open. It's too slow. Yeah, see, you're doing exactly what I asked you to do. Now, if you come up quickly and sort of toss it up to yourself, the back fingers will get pulled away. Can you feel it? Can you do that? I can't quite see you. The light is blinding me a little. So is the butt end away from the palm?
Yes.
Good, yeah, it comes up and here. Yeah, come all the way behind your shoulders. It would move the fingers even more. Yeah, see, it pulls the fingers open a little, right? Now, we're not coming up that high. We're just coming up here, but it does pull the fingers open. You gotta, like you're tossing it to yourself. Like you're gonna toss it behind you, but just stop. Yeah, do that again and feel the stick move the fingers. Give me a side view. Let's be patient. Yeah, okay, like that'll work too. Okay, do it like that. That's fine, that's good. Yeah. So yeah, see, it would come away a little bit, right? No, do it sideways like you did. I turn my body. You could do it like this too, I guess. Now don't let go of here. Now take all your other fingers off and see if your thumb and first finger are holding it. No. When you get to the top, take your other fingers off and see if your first finger is holding it. And thumb. Stop. Wait. Are your other fingers off?
Yes.
Good. Wiggle them around so I can see the rod. Yeah, see, you got it here? Right. Now you put your middle, fourth, and fifth, but don't pull it into your palm. Leave it there. Yeah, they're just in position. Now when you come down, the stick will hit the palm. Yeah. It'll pop away from the palm a little without you doing anything. No, you have to come up quickly enough so it pops them open. And then you close. You don't close. Then the fingers would follow the stick down and you'd be on your palm. So that Dick Wilson would say, can you hear this? No, listen. Hear it hitting my palm every time?
Yeah, I do.
Can you hear it hitting your palm?
It's hitting it, but not a lot of sound.
Well, watch. Toss it down so you can hear it. Listen. Almost. Got to go straight up and down and let that stick fly open and then close.
I can do straight up and down when I play sideways like this. This is
it's okay.
Comfortable. There's no tension at all.
That's cool. Well, all you're doing is moving your arm over. It's not changing anything. You're just going here, or over to a symbol here, or play upside down like Buddy Rich here. See? Here, watch, look. Go in this position. Maybe this will give you some insight. Go get into this position. Don't go pulling with your fingers. They're just open. The weight of the stick is pulling the fingers open, and then you would go that way. Come on, you gotta hit your shoulder, right by your shoulder, and then go that way quickly enough, and it'll snap into your palm. Without you pulling. If you start to pull, it's not it. Almost starting to happen. So that's kind of what I'm feeling down here. I'm letting that stick free enough, and so that when it gets to the bottom, it almost feels like it's not. See, I don't have a surface and it's working. If I put that on a surface, it starts to feel kind of bouncy. Are your fingers moving a little? Are they just locked? All right, but watch. Watch, it's here. Come on over the surface now. Is the stick away from the palm a little bit? We're up so high it would be, right? And then it would come down, and there. It would open up, and it would come down. You're not pulling or opening or anything. It just, that's how the hand would, like that. And then as you speed it up, see, you're going straight up, and it's just, see, you're going, Yeah, let that stick be free. Let that stick be free. You see the guys that do that stuff? The guy with the beard? That's awesome. Okay, so you're getting the idea. So we don't want to clench that stick. It's got to be free. Now I was going to show you something to help you further because you're feeling some tension, and I get it. Believe me. Okay, so we were into feet for a minute. So I'm here. See if I get the foot into the shot. You see the foot? There it is. Kind of. Knock over my set.
Huh.
Your lights, my set, everything's falling apart. Okay, so you see the foot?
Yeah,
Okay. Now, won't be able to see your foot, and I don't want you messing with your camera because that'll slow the momentum down. So I'm just going to have you do it, and I won't be able to see it. But so I'm going to trust what you're describing to me and hope that you can feel it. Okay? This is why I want you to take a foot lesson one of these days. Maybe we could even divide a lesson up. If you could bring out a pedal, we could do that. We'll figure that out. But if you are going to play flat-footed, there's nothing wrong with playing flat-footed. You want to learn how to do that too. Dick would have you work on that. But you don't want to be locked into only being able to play flat-footed and not being able to make a motion. The hands are making motion. The foot should be able to make a motion. Okay, but if flat-footed, I was thinking about this. Watch. Lift your foot up. Turn your ankle up.
okay.
What do you feel?
A little tension right there when I lift my foot up.
Where do you feel the tension?
In my ankle.
In the ankle. Okay. Yeah, it gets to a point where it can't go any higher, right?
Right.
Yeah, but where else do you feel tension? Let's really look at the system. See, the tension that I feel primarily, but I know what you mean, you're right. The foot can't go any further down here. Yeah, there's some tension involved. There's a little tension involved of some sort, but for me, the tension is muscles can only pull, correct?
Right.
So it's the muscles below the knee that are in front here that are pulling. Can you feel that? That's what's tense. These muscles here get really tense. Can you feel it? They bulge. These muscles bulge. Do you feel the muscles? Feel that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's tension to me. I can feel it. Now coming down, that tension almost provides you an indication as to how the foot would go the other direction. Because all you want to do, holding that, a lot of lactic acid builds up. All you want to do is release it. Now turn down. Feel it come to rest and it's relaxed. All that's gone, isn't it? All that tension. Lift it back up. Right? Feel the toes come in, and then you're going to come down and relieve the tension. Yeah, see, I see your leg moving. It does move a little, doesn't it? Look, the top of my leg is moving a little too. Why? I didn't even think of that, but I immediately I know why. So I want you to think about this because this is going to connect to where it's all going to connect. Now let's talk about what are you feeling in the heel area of your foot? Turn up and feel it. Don't have me tell you.
I don't really feel too much in my heel.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I feel it going up.
See, I'm into this. It's more micro than you.
I mean, the weight of it coming down my foot.
Okay, I'll give this to you. It's kind of a big deal, but little bits. In this technique, something subtle is a big deal. But unless you are really sensitive to what's going on, very present, you might not feel it. But once I point it out to you, I think you'll realize. Watch. It's almost like the heel is like a little ball, smaller than a tennis ball. I don't know what is it one of those? I'm trying to think of the where your racquetball. It's
Right.
smaller, isn't it? Maybe in a direction of the roundness and size of the heel. Right? Usually they call the ball of the foot the front area, but I'm referring to the heel as a ball right now. Don't you feel it rolling on the ball?
I guess.
You guess. Here, it's on this part of the ball of my heel. And then when I roll,
I guess
turn up, it rolls to the back of it. Let's see,
yeah.
maybe an inch and a half. It's moving an inch and a half and you're totally unaware of it. Feel it rolling at least an inch, almost an inch and a half. It goes way back here and then it goes from here to here, to here to here. Feel it?
Okay.
Do you feel that? Are you wearing shoes?
Yes, I am.
No. You still feel that though. You feel it?
Well, it rolls back and it goes on to a certain point of my heel.
Exactly. And then it changes as you roll forward.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's a big deal. If you were going to build a proper machine, a robot that mimicked a foot, it would have to do that, or it wouldn't walk correctly. Now, so that's what the body does. What this technique is about has to do with getting out of the way and recognizing what the body does. Now, how would that work with our hands? What might be similar? What I notice is that countervalence that I talked to you about. Remember I told you that the forearm countervails a little? Don't go fast. Look at me, I'm here. Roll up. Does it feel a little bit like if the palm was your heel, it would be, but because it's not on an actual floor like the foot, it seems as though the ball of your heel, or the palm of the hand, countervails and goes like that, rolls onto the back area. Go slow to feel it. Just don't go like this. Go up and wait and feel it. Did it happen? Yeah, see, it's a little different than what position when you're here. Now go forward. Now don't start making this a huge thing. It's real subtle. Okay. Now do it sideways, because see, that's probably what come on, to get everything flat. Yeah, see? It's happening. Yeah, put your hand underneath. Yeah, you don't want it to, yeah, got my hand underneath so it doesn't bump into the butt end of the stick. You can. But as I go up, it seems to go, it rolls backwards. So the back part of the palm is on the hand, and then when I turn this way, the front part of the palm is more on the hand. It's all on the hand. You know what I mean? You feel that? Yeah. But don't give me this. It never ends up looking like this. It just goes back to flat. No, you have to start flat to figure out where you are. So you have to get your arm down as though you're at an ersatz for okay, you're coming too far down though. I want you to, okay, put your hand up, okay, can't. All right. I want you to come back so that the wrist is like it is right now. We're going to say that's the floor. See the position of your wrist? There you go. But I wanted you to put your hand underneath and feel what would mimic the foot or the heel. It goes backwards and forwards. No. As soon as you put your hand underneath, you want to do this. It stops here. No, your hand has to be touching so you can feel it go back and then forward. Okay. All right. So when I turn up, there's a little bit of a countervalence. And then I turn back down, and that happens. So that if I were to put a stick here, now do this. Get it nice and flat. Don't push down or leave it there, not nice and, you're just balancing it there. So as I turn up, what happens to the stick? Didn't happen, see? Not feeling it. Okay. Let's do it again, watch. See, come to we're at the floor. We're just gonna say, this is our floor. Now, as I roll up, watch what happens to this stick. But you gotta keep it flat. You can't have it like that, flat. Okay, I'm gonna roll up. Watch. The stick went down. Is yours?
Yes.
Now it's working. Yes, it is. There. Now make a strike. Don't hold your hand tight, just make a strike. See, it went straight up and straight down. Boom. No, didn't work that time. Just stayed rigid and straight. It would go down a little, wouldn't it? You had it a few times. Almost. Didn't go down, it's just in one place. Didn't go down. Why not? I thought the forearm went down a little. Nope, forearm goes down. There, do it again. Nope. No, if the forearm goes down, then the stick will go down. Then it'll pop up when you turn back up. And it would stay here, it wouldn't come up and down. It goes down, the stick, up. There you go, down, as you turn up, and up as you go to the surface. There, you got it. Down, do it again. Now don't exaggerate, now make a strike and let the wrist, there, boom. Do it again, down, tiny, isn't it? Boom. Now this time, stay there. This time, down, down. Oops. It would go down, and just let it rebound. It would go up. There. Perfect. Straight. Arm did what it should do. You turn this. There. And yeah, just don't hold it tight. You don't have to do anything. It'll just, don't hit the shank, but you got it. Do it again. Yeah, just let it rebound. And when you're finished rebounding, like the shagwat, there. All those rebounds you got. It's rocking through here somewhere, probably in the first 3 fingers. Success. Okay, so that when I'm going like this, some of that is happening, I believe. You know, we're not holding the arms rigid. We don't hold the fingers rigid. This is nothing. This is where Richard Wilson would say, I'm teaching you nothing. How do you teach someone nothing? It's tricky, isn't it? Because what you'll start to realize is that you're not making this arm go. You're not just mimicking me. When you really leave everything alone and you turn your wrist up, the arm will do that. And when you turn this way, but it's tiny. But if you're natural and leave everything alone like that little kid, right? If you watch that closely again, you'll notice that. That kid isn't holding his arms stiff. Leaving them alone, holding the stick and turning his wrist. So it would start to look something like, I believe, you see, you're gonna get, yeah, there it is. So we're getting this. Now, the other thing I'm thinking about that I'll mention, see, I've got this nice relaxed grip, primarily here. Other fingers can be on or just off. The other big thing is the floor. If you don't have the floor, none of this will mean anything. It all has to happen down here at the floor. So I turn up, and I turn down, and I come back to the floor, and I feel that I train myself to recognize, what does it feel like to be at the floor? That's all it is. So wait, yeah, just like that. So before you play, let me just demonstrate. Don't play yet. Yeah, but you got it. See? Yeah, that's like yeah, you see? Yeah. Okay, watch. Now watch. You got it, dude. Nice and clean. Stick's going straight up and down. The arm is relaxed. There's no tension. See, that's another reason you're feeling tension. You're probably holding your arm, and then things go, and the arm might be even going up when it should be going down, and it's kind of going up, and it's going circle. You go, it doesn't feel right. Well, I know it doesn't, but that felt right. I could tell by the look on your face. Now watch. Try not to take that if you don't have to. You'll mess everything up.
Shoot. Oh boy. Could I put you on hold just for a moment, Kevin?
Okay, I'll pause it.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Well, okay. So Steve, while you're handling whatever's going on at your end currently, which is cool, I get it. I'm going to demonstrate to you. Oh, okay. Hold on a minute. Well, it's called art in real time. All right, so I just got that phone call from Steve, and he's dealing with Superman has to come to the rescue, so I get it. And so Steve, as I mentioned to you on the phone just now, I'll just demonstrate to you what I was about to demonstrate, and it's just based on what you felt. This idea of how by leaving everything alone, certain things are innate when it comes to how the body moves. And so you learned that as you turn up, that stick that you had balanced on your hand moved a little bit, didn't it? Right? That's what should happen. Right? And then how important the floor is, so that we come to the floor every time. We have to, you notice the arms are doing what I described, and then I want to really come back to the floor. I want to train myself to feel the floor, this feeling, down here, till you turn to the floor. See the floor, 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 floor. Floor, 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 floor. Floor, floor, floor. Floor, 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 floor. Floor, 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 da, 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 da. Floor. Okay? It's as simple as that. And you notice as well that by turning in that way, with all those things considered, you were able to just stop at the floor and let the stick rebound. And you did that very well also. Okay. So thanks for listening, and watching, and checking this out, everybody. See you in a minute, Steve. Take care.